Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I want to go right in on it. I brought you Tamar Braxton versus Iyanla Vanzant, but now it seems like it could be an Iyanla Vanzant. Did I say Transvant? Slip of the tongue. Uh, Vanzant versus Tamar Braxton. So pretty much, when Tamar was calling Iyanla a fraud and saying she was fake and, she's a devil and that whole thing. And I also want to clarify that Iyanla came to the Braxton family values and not the other way around. So anyway, it looks like Iyanla is thinking about taking Tamar to court for defamation of character. And since she's under the own brand, I'm sure those lawyers are, because it could affect, people are saying it could affect that show and who signs up. So let me read you this. I'm not going to take the normal route. I know you're going to hear a lot about this and the facts will be brought up or whatever. But my thing is, I want to see what people are saying. The news came out on Black America Web. And I get things from them. And they seem to be pretty accurate so far on, what's going on in certain topics. But let me just read you this. Is will Iyanla Vanzant sue Tamar after Fix My Life beef? But what I want to do, and I'm going to put the website so you can read the article, but I want to show you some of the comments that people are making, and then I'm going to have my spiel on it. Okay, one person said, Tamar is a hot mess. Only the Messiah can fix her. I knew she was crazy when she took her Judies on vacation with her husband and her child. Retardation at its finest. And then somebody says, so agree, Tamar is so childish. Then someone else wrote, Tamar seems to think that the world owes her a sense of entitlement. She has a false fan base that clearly everyone does not love or even like her. She seems to be an embarrassment not only to herself, but as it looks now, her family, and thank God she met her match. Tamar came for the wrong woman. Iyanla needs to wipe the floor with this big mouth muppet. Iyanla knows what she is doing. It's clearly recognizable. Tamar is a really socially challenged and believes she rode the short, and I believe she rode the short bus to school. If Braxton family value doesn't stop her, I'm going to stop looking. She doesn't know if she wants to be a blonde-headed Becky or African like her new man. Oh my gosh, she can't just run around disparaging someone's reputation without consequences. She should sue Tamar's bald-headed, psychotic ass. What think talk to her, everything be good? Whatever that means. You have to talk to God a while before you see things clearly and get right how you talk to her 30 minutes and you fixed, okay? Okay, I'm not even going to try to explain that one. The truth hurts, especially if you don't like it. Take what you like and leave the rest behind. How are you going to fix somebody's life when you need to be fixing yourself? Everyone has a right to their feelings. If someone needs help, please seek it with an educated, qualified professional. Now, Iyanla is educated. She's no dummy. She's smart. And I've never said Iyanla wasn't smart. So this person, I don't know who she's talking about. I don't know how much education Tamar has, but, Iyanla is educated. You can't fix folks who don't want to be fixed. Almost every episode, someone is walking off or getting mad when faced with the truth. You can't fix a problem unless you first acknowledge one exists. Most people, including all the naysayers above, are in denial about their reality and their partner's story. It's a defensive coping mechanism. She can have 952 guests, but if none of them really want to do the work, guess what? Iyanla has come to a long way since her original emergence and fame, after which she was broke and broken. So people saying she needs to fix her own life, she has, and we are all always works in progress. That's true. Everyone can't be fixed, but can try. Tamar is a mess, causes all the turmoil in her family. She won't sue anyone, but this is the next one. She won't sue anyone, but the way they did it, they put he, and then parenthesis in front of it, they put S, so they're kind of questioning her gender. I guess, I don't know who they're talking about. Anyway, but she knows everything said about him, her is true. He or she is a loudmouth fraud who needs to try to start with her own life. I think they're talking about Iyanla. If she or he wants to fix something. To me, is the next person. To me, it's obvious that you didn't know what you were talking about. She's still on the air, the OWN network, while she's at it. I'm almost certain that if she hadn't fixed her life for 2 or 3, she wouldn't be still on, and the people would certainly stop getting booked on her show. If you take time to be quiet and listen to the process, you just might understand what a power she is. And then somebody replied, let me be clear in this. You can't think outside the box. Clearly, by your post, it seems it makes sense to you. Let me shed some light on that. It doesn't mean that she fixes anything or not. And just because the show is still on the air doesn't mean that she has helped anyone. Yes, people will continue to be booked. Why? Because the mentality is maybe I can get my 15 minutes or a spinoff of my own. Jerry Springer doesn't help anyone either, but the show was on the air for years. Why? Entertainment. Smart cookie this person is. The producer, now listen to this. The producers of the Braxtons and the Iguana show, they didn't say Iyanla, they said Iguana. The Iguana show likely set up a deal for all of this to happen. Good point. Let me also explain to that she has no power at all. When the advertisement revenue drops for OWN during this time slot, guess what? Iguana? That cracks me up. I can't. Guess what? Iguana will be dropped. If what you posted is your view of how the process works, you may want to educate yourself. Now that's the Braxtons. No matter how people feel about them, is finally spreading the truth. She is personally more, and that's all they wrote. Then one person said it's all just entertainment. The Braxtons, real wives of wherever, blah, 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 blah. And then the last one I'm going to read you is this. Iguana? Yes. Iguana needs to be canceled. This lizard haven't fixed anybody's life at all. So to fix this situation, Iguana will allow the person the person you tried to help be sued. This again just goes to show that this is purely fake and for entertainment, sadly. let's see if Iguana can fix this situation. It's much more, but I'm not going to read you all of this. And let me put my take on all this. I was going to say that however the viewers feel is how the viewers feel. I don't think what Tamar said is going to change anybody's view on whether it's fake, whether I was going to say iguana, whether Iyanla is fake or real or whatever. I don't think, and especially by the comments, they're feeling the way they feel. And those of the people who are on Tamar Braxton's side, they're going to feel the same way. I don't think what either one of them are saying is going to change someone's perspective of the other. I really don't. So if this is real, Iyanla, I have to make sure I don't say the other word, has to, consider all was said, because I've heard her call people names. She called Nefertiti a gutter snipe. It was some other words with it. I've heard her refer to other people as whore. Now I know when you go on Iyanla's show, there's a release and all that you have to sign. But why aren't the other people that's being interviewed, or people that they come to get their life fixed, why aren't they asking for the same? Okay, Iyanla, or Rhonda, which is her government name, if you can say what you want to say, then I would make a little stipulation. Okay, she can say what she want to say. Me too. I want to be able to voice my opinion or whatever I want to say. And if I feel like you're being fraudulent, if I think you're being fake, then I should have the right to say that. And I don't guess that is the way it is, because if it was, she wouldn't be going after Tamar, because Tamar would have been able to say that if they had made that agreement. So I don't like this one-sided thing where, you can say, you can say what you want to say, but I can't say what's on my mind. If this is real, you know who I blame? The person who set this up, Tawanda. You know better than to go mess with Iyanla, because according to what you guys portray on your show, you're of a different belief system than Iyanla. So if you're a different belief system, why are you going to them for them to fix your life? And I've said this before, nothing has changed. I've said this before. Now some people will say, well, Iyanla says this and she prays for. Do your digging, do your homework, and see what Iyanla truly believes. But I won't go into that, because I went into that in the other Tamar Braxton Watch Your Back video. I went into that then, so I'm not going to revisit that right now. Only to say, if you're of one faith and belief system, why are you going to another belief system to help you on your journey, especially if it's a spiritual journey? And most times it is, a lot of things are just spiritual. We may not believe it, but there's a lot of things we just don't understand, and things that are surrounding us, that are influencing us, that we are not privy of, and that is not visible to the naked eye. So I'm just going to put that out there. But anyway, you make your choice on whether you believe all this, like some of the viewers' comments said for the article, that they think this is for purely entertainment purposes. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards that, because it really doesn't make sense. If someone is referring to me as a whore, and if someone is referring to me as a gutter snipe, okay, isn't that defamation of character? If you calling me a whore and you don't, who gives you the right to call me a whore? So, like I said, they could have signed a release, but people better start being able to voice their opinion and not let someone else just say what they want to say, and then your tongue is tied. You can't say, you can't voice your opinion on something because of something you signed. I wouldn't sign to people, or anybody is trying to go on that show. Make sure your voice is protected and you can say what you want to say. So anyway, there's a lot to say about this, but I think this video is long enough, and I don't want to have to stop and think, okay, I'm not going to say Guana or Iyanla. So that's just something I just don't want to do. Have to consider before I speak in someone's name, because I know her as Iyanla, but I thought they Guana. Iguana was, I thought it was funny. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and as always, if you have not subscribed, please do so and hit that notification bell so you can get future videos, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.